Andrea Alamo and the Etiwanda Eagles. 69-33 is the final. Takes the baseline league winning streak to 147 in a row. The pursuit of number 26 in terms of consecutive team titles starts where 25 ended against Los Osos. But obviously, I would not be doing my journalistic responsibilities properly if I didn't talk about, like, how do you explain what happened in the first quarter?
Honestly, I think we just came off a winning streak, so I think that kind of got to our head. We came out just unfocused, our bench and like starting five, so that's kind of starting five mistake. Yeah, I mean, it was just, we were all just kind of out of it. We thought like, we were really unhumble coming off a winning streak, so I think that was it, yeah.
But I mean, obviously, when this team decides to get focused and, and really committed at the defensive end, everything takes care of itself. So to be able to outscore them 65-17 over the last 24 minutes, especially going into Villa Park and Moreno Valley this weekend, and keeping that momentum going, keeping that winning streak going after Oregon and Northern California, like how important was that just to not even have to wait to go in the halftime locker room and kind of get things going in the right direction for you in the second quarter?
I definitely think halftime helped. We got a very hard speech, so that helped. Yeah, I mean, we knew what we had to do. We came out with press, with a plan. We started trapping, and that's how we got our steals. So it just kind of started on defense. So yeah.
You're a veteran. You're a leader. You're great example for the for whether it's a newcomer joining the group as a transfer, as a freshman, or whatnot. Obviously, this program is defined by state championships, but when you win 25 consecutive league titles and have 147 league victories, how do you explain that to people that join this program to let them know, like, hey, we're everybody's CIF championship, we're everybody's state championship, and you have, whether we've beaten them, 50 plus times like you have Los Osos, or whether you're playing somebody for the first time, like we have to respect that setting, that stage, that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just from experience. It's kind of hard to explain because honestly we're everybody's championship game, so they kind of just had to go in and see kind of what the feel is. But yeah, I mean, we try to be like, me and Arynn Finley, we try to be like the second ears to the coach, so we just try to be leaders on the court and try to explain to them like what to do and like be their second voice.
From the group, obviously that wasn't complete yet, playing Democracy, playing Bishop Gorman, to be able to have the really nice run that you had up in Oregon, to be able to go to Northern California and back that up with 2 more victories, and then tonight. How encouraged are you, or how optimistic are you about how the team is kind of meshing together and incorporating those new players and new identities and new roles? Obviously, I know to never pay attention to what Etiwanda does in November and December, and only start paying attention in January and February and March. So, but you have lived through that. So, how encouraged and optimistic are you about how things are kind of starting to come together?
I think it's just about putting your head down and working. We're kind of just staying focused and practicing, watching film. Film is a big thing. Also scouting. So all that comes into play. It's just like the work off the court, off the games. So, yeah.
12 points today, and like I said, even though they were down 12 at the end of the first quarter, which is not common at all for Etiwanda, especially in a baseline league game, the final outcome was very common as the way it's been every time since 2011. Andrea, great job.
Thank you.